Hello guys, welcome to Charger Chat. I'm your host Chiana. I'm here with
Sabrina.
And today we are interviewing Dave and Trevor, and they work at Altitude, the new trampoline park that's in Marysville. So what made you work at the Altitude trampoline park?
So I wanted to work there because I just love trampolines. I used to work at a trampoline park, and then they shut down. I was just kind of going through jobs, and I was like, man, this sucks. I heard Dave over here was opening the trampoline park, and I'm like, okay, that's where I need to be. So I ran in there before they even started building the place. And Dave luckily offered me a job. So yeah, it's just fun. Everyone going in there, all the customers, they are happy. You know, like who's not going to be happy going to jump at a trampoline park? So. Just the environment and everything with, all the customers, the other employees, like it's just a fun atmosphere. So that's what I was looking for, at least.
Yeah.
So was it your idea to make a trampoline park?
Well, my brother he created about 10 or 12 years ago a robotic frozen yogurt kiosk. Yeah, get your head around that for a second. So it's basically a ice cream vending machine, right? You go up and you tell the machine what you want, what flavor of yogurt you want, what toppings you want, pay with cash or credit. And at that time, it was the only place in the world that you could buy something from a robot. The only robot in retail space, right? So robots make cars and all kinds of stuff, but there was no robot in retail space. And so he created this frozen yogurt kiosk. Really cool. So then the question was where to put them. Do we put them into malls? Do we put them into convenience stores? Do we put them into, one of the first places we put them was Great Wolf Lodge Water Park. But about 5 years ago, Altitude Trampoline Park franchise is headquartered in Dallas. And they saw my brother's kiosk online and thought that would be a great addition to their trampoline park. And so that's how my brother first got familiar with trampoline parks. And then my brother would also sell exclusive rights to people in different countries to only sell kiosks to them. And so a guy from Puerto Rico called and said, I'd like to buy exclusive rights to only sell to me in Puerto Rico. So for a fee, my brother said, sure, we'll do it. And that's how my brother got familiar with Puerto Rico, about the same time he was getting familiar with trampoline parks. And so he went, there's no trampoline park in Puerto Rico. So there's about 3.5 million people in San Juan, Puerto Rico, no trampoline park. So he decided to build a trampoline park in Puerto Rico, and it has been a huge success. So that opened last year about this time, and I decided I wanted to go down there for the last 3 weeks before they opened, and I just fell in love with it. I said, this is so cool. Like Trevor said, people coming in, everybody's happy, they're excited, they're jumping, they're having a blast. And so I'm from Ferndale, so I'm from way up in Whatcom County. And so they had built a trampoline park in Bellingham about a year prior to that. So I said, well, Whatcom County's not big enough for 2 trampoline parks. So I decided to keep going south. Mount Vernon's not big enough. So fortunately, there was the old IGA grocery store in the Allen Creek Shopping Center. Had been vacant for about 3 years. And so we were fortunate enough to get that building. That was about a year ago. I looked at it the first time. And we opened about 2 months ago. Middle of September we opened, so it's been pretty cool.
Were you really popular from the start, or did it take time for you?
Was I personally popular?
No,
I've always been very popular.
No, I'm just kidding. Park.
It was because we had a big sign out for probably about 3 months before we opened, saying coming soon, and then we had a few delays, and so it took a little bit longer to get open than we expected. So there was a lot of buzz already even before we opened, the people knowing something's coming, when are you guys going to open? So we initially wanted to open by the end of August, ended up opening the middle of September. So there was we kind of hit the ground running. There was a lot of excitement right off the bat. So even, fairly soon, a few days after we opened, we were already lots of people. So the weekends are really busy. The weekdays, like any kind of entertainment center, the weekdays are not as busy. All the kids are in school. But the evenings, particularly Friday night, and then all day Saturday and Sunday, it's just, yeah, great.
So I actually
busy.
live by the trampoline park.
Okay.
And so I do hear a lot about it, but
Okay.
my mom doesn't let me go because she won't let me go.
Okay.
Even though I really do want to try it out. It seems like a really fun place to go.
Yeah, yeah.
So is it like really like is a lot of people go there like on certain days? There's certain days where a lot of people are at, and certain days little people are at?
Yeah. So our weekdays are definitely slower, Monday through Thursday. We do a thing called toddler time from 10 to 2 on weekdays. So we get a good turnout of toddlers. You know, we get, 20 to 30 just kids under 7. They come in, they get a discounted rate.
They just wandering off the street by themselves.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, parents bring them in. The toddlers get a discounted rate. The parent gets a discounted rate if they want to jump as well. But so our toddler time is pretty good, but weekends are definitely when we're busiest. We do a lot of birthday parties for sure.
How many birthday parties do we have this weekend?
So this week we've got 50 birthday parties. Just this week,
50?
50 parties. So we're keeping busy, just getting busier and busier. But yeah, and then we have in the future here, real soon, we're going to have Olympic trampolines. So we have a section kind of walled off right now, but we're going to tear those down soon. Probably the first or second week of December here, and that'll open up even more space in our facility, and we'll get even busier then. But so Saturdays are definitely our busiest. Friday nights we do a thing called After Hours Night. It's from 9 until 11:30 when we close. It's $20 for the 2.5 hours. So we do get a pretty good turnout of teenagers, people in their 20s, early 30s. Just kind of a little bit older group. We definitely are busier Friday nights with that as well. So, but yeah.
So what type of age group mostly goes to the trampoline park?
And we honestly see a lot of everybody. Like I said, we have that toddler time, so we see toddlers. Kind of later at night, we'll see, some teenagers, people in their 20s. And it's the funniest thing, if you guys have ever seen, if you ever go, you will see grandparents, great-grandparents, people, like older people who have never been on a trampoline. Like, they have a blast, but it's so new to them that they, I don't know, it's the funniest thing to see. But, so, we do see some older people here and there, jumping with their grandkids. It's like, it really is so much fun for...
all ages.
Yeah, all ages really, and we don't have an age limit. So I mean, even if you, a 1-year-old comes in, and obviously they're not just bouncing around and doing flips and all that sort of stuff, but we have separate sections for the little guys, and they have a blast. So really, all ages we see. So.
Is the job fun, and if so, how?
The job is a lot of fun. So we. Our court monitors, they are, and we pick the people that want to be here and love trampolines and are great with people, and they love their job. They're jumping around. They'll get in on a game of dodgeball here and there, and our staff is, everybody has a great time. They're playing, they're engaging. It's a lot better than if you picture a lifeguard, just sitting in their chair kind of watching. That's not what we have. Our employees are engaged, and they're active, and they're having a great time. In every sense, really, it's a lot of fun. It's a great job. And it was actually my, trampoline park was my first job in high school, and I had a blast. Like I said, from the start, I loved it. So it's definitely a good time.
So what type of employees do you have that work there?
Most of our kids, most of the guys we hired are 16, 17 years old. Most of them, or a lot of them, it's their very first job that they've ever had. And so we've done some training with just, being there on time and that sort of thing. But yeah, probably 85% of our workforce is 16, 17, 18 years old. So, but it's fun. We've gotten many, many positive comments just about how our kids were friendly or customer service was great. We have very, very few negative reviews about people that are upset, and we do our best to accommodate everyone, right? So if somebody wants something that's maybe out of our rules, or it's different than what we have posted that we allow to do, we try to be as flexible as possible and have everybody go away thinking, wow, that was more than I expected. That was amazing. That was right. So we're not there to quibble about, I've told Trevor, we're not there to quibble about a few dollars. We want the customer to be happy and satisfied when they leave, right? Because it's not about this one time. It's about them going out and coming back again and again, like you've come back over and over.
Okay, well, we'll be back in a little bit. We'll continue our conversation after this skit.
Can anyone tell me what the quadratic equation is?
Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a.
Simile. Metaphor. Simile. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. What's up, man? What are you drawing?
It's a tesseract. It's a fourth dimensional cube. You see, it's the dimension that we can't comprehend ourselves.
Oh my god. What's the slope of the Renaissance? That's all I know. That's all I get.
Oh, guys, welcome back to Charger Chat. We are still here with Dave and Trevor. I'm sorry.
All good.
Okay, so are there like certain people that you're aiming at to go to altitude?
Most of the kids that come in are maybe 10 to 14, something like that. Mm-hmm. But as Trevor mentioned before, we've got kids all the way down to little toddlers who just they just have a blast. 18 months old, 2 years old, they're just having a blast, running around. But the most of the people that come are 10 to 14, 16, mm-hmm. something like that. But as Trevor mentioned, we're going to get these performance trampolines in, these Olympic trampolines, the first couple weeks of December. And our hope is to draw in a lot of the older teens and the 20-year-olds. It's going to be a blast. There's going to be 5 different performance trampolines, a 4-foot wall, a 5-foot wall, and a 6-foot wall. So they'll be jumping off of a 6-foot tall ledge, if you will, onto these incredibly bouncy performance trampolines. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of the older kids. So, but our target really is everybody, because like Trevor said, we've got every age can have fun on a trampoline, because you can do it at your own, pace, your own level, right? You can jump like this, or you can, we have kids that just do, flips effortlessly, and it's just fun to see everybody kind of doing their own thing together. Yeah.
It looks fun. Would you want to go there to the Ulster Trampoline Park?
You haven't been?
I haven't been.
All right. So, do you see anyone let's first say showing off at the trampoline park?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, there's kids that really have all skill sets, so it's super tempting for some kids. They can do it all. They can do all sorts of flips and twists and just the coolest stuff. So yeah, you'll see some kids out there definitely showing off, and it's not necessarily showing off. They're just having a good time. This is the place where really, where else are you gonna go and do all these flips and tricks and so they're just, some people are showing off a little bit, but you know, part of it is that this is the place to do it. You know, that there's really not any other place that you can go out and just do what you can to the best of your ability and have a good time with it. So you might see some kids showing off here and there, but yeah, honestly, I think it's just out of how fun it is to let loose and do anything you can. So
it's a big place. I mean, you see them bouncing from one to the next to the next to the next. So
Yeah.
having fun. Yeah.
So with like all the kids like bouncing and like everyone around, does like anyone get like hurt, or have you have witnessed any like big injuries?
Go ahead.
We've seen a few injuries, and really, we have rules in place to prevent those. You know, any injury we've had, it's typically somebody who's, you know, not following the rules. But yeah, like we have our court monitors there who, in a way, are, you know, they're there to be fun and be active with everyone, but in a way they're like lifeguards. You know, we want them there to make sure everyone is following the rules and keep everyone as safe as possible. You know, at all times we have someone on staff who's CPR certified and first aid, you know, trained. So if we do have any injuries, which we've seen a few, we definitely have people who can take care of them. So, you know, as unfortunate as it is when we do have an injury, you know, we do have people trained to take care of that situation. So, like I said, it's been rare, but we've seen it. You know, anything like that, you know, whether you're at a trampoline park or at a swimming pool or wherever, you know, you're bound to have an injury here and there. But
even skating rink, right?
exactly,
People
skating
fall down
rink,
and break an arm.
wherever it may be, we have staff who can take care of them. So. As long as people are following the rules and being safe, you know, we don't have any problems usually. So, yeah.
So speaking of the staff, like, what is the relationship between all the staff members? Do you guys get along?
Yeah, honestly, you know, we have a lot of staff that, you know, go to school together and know each other outside of school. So it is a lot of fun. You know, a lot of our staff are, you know, they hang out outside of school. You know, I'm sure we're gonna do like a Christmas party, and we'll do, you know, like just stuff kind of outside of work to just hang out. And you know, we're all about the same age and we're all friends, so like it really is the fun and like friendly atmosphere just for the staff amongst each other. You know, you got girls having sleepovers and, you know, guys going out and doing stuff. You know, like we'll go out to, you know, some football games and kind of promote around town, and we'll bring some of those staff with us, and they have a blast. You know, they all get along really well, and like out of any place I've personally worked, it's, as far as the staff goes, like it's the funnest environment that I've seen. So I love it, and all of our staff really gets along well. So.
So
Yeah.
would you recommend us working there, or anyone at home working there?
Yeah, totally. You know, especially you guys. You know, kind of our staff really are all students, or they're, you know, around our age. So it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, most of it's part-time, so students can, most of the kids are getting somewhere from 10 to 20 hours a week, something like that, kind of whatever fits their schedule.
Yeah, exactly. We work around everybody's schedule, so, you know, for you guys are in school, you know, you're students, you know, you got homework and you got sports and all that comes up, but really we work around all of that, so it, like, really is one of the best places a student can work, for sure.
Yeah. They seem to like it,
Yeah. And it's just a lot of fun. I mean, come on. It's a trampoline park. Like, how could you not have a blast working there? But yeah, really, I recommend it to anybody, honestly.
So does any of the staff like go on the trampolines too, or is it like just people that come?
Yeah. So our staff, they off the clock whenever they want to come in with their buddies or whatever, they jump for free all the time. So that's definitely a big bonus working for us, for sure. You know, the staff, like I said earlier, they, you know, will hop in on a game of dodgeball, and you know, if it's slow, they'll play some Battle Beam, or you know, like our staff really, and that's the big fun of it, is they can be really engaged with our customers, and they can play and, you know, like just be a part of the customer experience. So from the staff's point of view, like that's just a lot of fun, being able to engage and play rather than just sit and watch. So,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Have you guys been on the trampolines?
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Have you guys been on the trampolines?
I get kind of vertigo. I get kind of dizzy. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah,
I haven't jumped as much as the kids have. The
Dave
kids-
doesn't jump as much, but
Kids
yeah,
love- kids love
I've jumped all the time. You know, I was in there like actually building it the minute we set it up. I was out there taking Snapchats, and you know, yeah, all of our construction crew that was in there. Like, you can't just not jump. Like it's a blast. So yeah, I've jumped a good fair share myself. You'll see plenty of our employees off the clock. They'll just be there, and we're like, "Hey, are you here to work?" And they're like, "Nope, I'm just jumping." Like all the time. So yeah, they can't get enough of it.
So what made you guys like? Do you know like how a trampoline park like just got created? Like what idea happened with that?
About 2004, so 12 or 13 years ago, kind of the new revolution or whatever, the new phase of trampolines came in. Trampolines have been around obviously forever, but it wasn't until about 2004 a company called Sky Zone, who are kind of they own the most, they've opened the most trampolines in the world. There's 200 some. Just started building trampolines, and it's just kind of growing and growing. And yeah, it's, you know, Seattle's got 3. Seattle could have several more with the population. But yeah, it's just this growing trend. And you know, bowling came and went, and skating. You know, for whatever reason now it's these trampoline parks and getting people. And I think the reason they're getting more popular is because we're making them more and more safe, right? So you were asking about, one of you was asking about injuries, and yeah, we still have people that get hurt. I mean, you got 100 or 200 people jumping for hours. I mean, someone's going to fall down and sprain their wrist, or you know, someone's going to get hurt. But with any physical activity, but intentionally we're making the parks more and more and more safe, right? Within 5 feet of every trampoline is a 2-inch thick pad. So if you fall off of a trampoline, you're not landing on a carpeted piece of plywood. You're landing on a foam mat. So, and that's through the entire park up on the deck. So, and then we've got depending on how busy the day is, we could have 6 or 8 court monitors up, and they're watching. So they're watching the dodgeball to make sure you don't have big kids and little kids getting little kids getting hurt by the big kids. So we've got 6 or 8 court monitors just watching to make sure that everybody's following the rules, and you know, somebody's not landing on top of somebody else, and the kiddie area is being monitored so that the little kids can play there and the big kids. So it's designed. The inherent design is safe, and then beyond that, we've got several monitors that are monitoring constantly to make sure that nobody gets hurt. People still have accidents and get hurt, but it's much less than it was years ago. So yeah, I think they're getting more and more popular because they're fairly safe place to play. So.
Okay, so we'll be back right after a second skit called High School Teacher.
Alright, students, any of you guys got questions?
Oh, I totally got this. I understood what you said the whole time.
Alright, students, any of you guys got questions?
I don't even know what I need to know, but I don't know it, but I need to know. What? Whole grain?
Okay, welcome back to Charger Chat. I'm your host, Chiana, and I'm here with Sabrina, and we're interviewing Dave and Trevor from Altitude Trampoline Park. So, do you still see the trampoline park being like popular 5 years from now?
Honestly, I think so. You know, trampolines, like Dave mentioned earlier, have been popular forever, but they're finally being put in an atmosphere where it's safe, where you can get a large group of people. And I think what really sets us apart from, you know, bowling alleys or skate-ins is we can always bring something new. You know, we can always, like we have dodgeball and we have battle beams, and like we're bringing in our performance trampolines. Like we can always bring a new aspect to our park that is, you know, gonna appeal to really everybody. And the fact that we, you know, we're a trampoline park and we'll have trampolines, but we can always change what we're doing. Like we'll have basketball hoops and
Some
you know,
trampoline parks
dodgeball.
some trampoline parks have climbing walls. We don't have a climbing wall. Some have a ninja
Oh,
course.
cool.
We don't have a ninja course.
Or like a slack line, or you know, just like there's just a bunch of different like new elements that we can always bring in that will keep it fresh and new and fun.
Yeah.
You know, we're not just set in stone set of trampolines. You know, there's so much more beyond that we can bring. You know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, just further down the road, you know, there's always new stuff we can bring. So, you know, I think that'll definitely keep it fresh and new and keep it popular farther down the road.
It's also a great place to have, obviously Trevor talked about 50 birthday parties just this weekend. So moms are always looking for, you know, my kid wants to have a really cool birthday party with 10 of his friends or 20 of his friends. It's just a perfect place. We bring in the pizzas, we give them free water, they get free socks, and they get a table for 2 hours, so they jump and eat and they just go crazy. It's just a fun place, and it's not only you and your 10 friends, it's you and your 10 friends and, you know, 100 other people that are jumping in. It's just fun. There's just a lot of energy in the room, and there's all these people jumping, screaming, having fun, and so I think it will, for a long, long time, be a destination place for people to come, especially have their birthday parties. But yeah, we've got, Trevor said last night we had a group of 60 kids come in all together, 60 kids come in. And it's just fun to be together, you know, in the same place. If 60 kids go bowling, you're kind of all spread out, but in a trampoline park, you've got the run of the place. You can go wherever you want, right? You can bounce from here to there. So I think they're going to be popular for a long time. I do, yeah.
Is there anything you don't like about Altitude?
I don't like driving from Ferndale every day. That's the only thing I don't like. No.
That's
No,
a really
there's-
tough question.
Yeah, I can't think of
It's the
anything I
perfect
don't
place,
like.
right? It's perfect.
Trevor and I are just, our job is fun, and we're constantly thinking of ways to improve the park, listening to customers. When we first opened, we didn't have a drinking fountain, and we heard a lot about, so as quick as I could, I got a drinking fountain. So we try to listen to the needs of the people that come in. Hey, do you have this? Or hey, wouldn't it be great if you offered this? We heard a lot about season passes. Hey, do you guys have a season pass? Because we're in an area where there's lots and lots of residences around us, and they want to come, like you know, like you live close by. It'd be cool to come more than just once a year. It'd be fun to come, you know, twice a week or something. So we were constantly asked by parents, do you guys have a season pass to make the price lower for people to come all the time? So we created a 10 hours for $80 pass. So now it's only $8 to come jump, right? So just constantly trying to listen to our customers and coming up with solutions to questions that they might have. So it's fun. I'm always thinking of ways to, and watching customers and how they behave. The next thing I'm going to be doing is building a bunch of seating for the parents. We've got some seating. We've got 18 10-person kind of nice fancy picnic tables, but we still have people, because on a busy Saturday, there are lots of people in that place, 200 or 300 or 400 people jumping on the floor at tables. And so my next thing is going to be to build some more seating. As I see people standing and leaning on the rail, sitting on the floor, I got to build more seating, right? So that's just, our job is fun, and that we're constantly thinking of ways to improve the park and make it better.
Yeah, and anything we don't like is just something we can fix. So
Yeah. Yeah, if
you
it's
know,
something
so
we don't-
there's nothing that we like don't like. It's just stuff that we do have to hear from customers. Hey, you know, this would be great, and we go, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if it makes sense and we can afford it or whatever, we just try to do it as much as we can, because
Yeah,
we want
for
the
sure.
customers to come in and just like, wow, this is amazing. So you'll see when you come.
Okay. All right, so we'll be back after another break, and we'll continue talking to Dave and Trevor.
That was fast.
Yeah, I take my job pretty seriously. Ma'am. Ma'am. No phones allowed, ma'am. You only take a 10-minute lunch break. Someone say lunch? I heard lunch. I want lunch. Go back to sleep. Come on. Gary! Oh yeah!
Hello, Charger Chat, and we are back with Dave and Trevor. So where can we actually go and find Altitude Trampoline Park?
Okay, it is in Marysville. It's in the old, many people are familiar with the old IGA Thriftway grocery store in the Allen Creek Shopping Center. So the address is 6610 64th Street Northeast, Marysville. Yeah, so there's a Bartell's on one side of us and an O'Reilly's on the other end, and a few other stores in there. So yeah.
and then you can find us on our Facebook page as well. We're on Facebook, Altitude Trampoline Park Marysville. And then our website is just altitudemarysville.com. Real easy to find. So
Do you guys have any last words to say before we end the show?
Fun having you. Fun for you guys to have us. That was fun to do the interview.
yeah, for sure.
And yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, just hopefully we'll see everyone out there jumping. It honestly is such a great time, and we really hope that we'll start to see more people, and we introduce some discount days here. So there's definitely it's an affordable way to get out, get some good exercise, and really just have a good time with your friends. So
we hear from our moms and dads, they enjoy the fact that their kids are not sitting at home playing video games, but they're actually getting out and doing something fun and exercising. So that's cool.
All right, that's it. That's it, Chargers. We'll see you next time on Charger Chat.